Hello, everyone, and welcome to the guidebook to making AI friends. I shall be your guide as we explore various issues of artificial intelligence, consciousness, what it is to be a person, and whether AI poses an existential risk to humanity. The topic for today is reading artificial minds, or how you can see what an AI is thinking. Imagine, if you would, that through a series of comically bad choices, you fell into the bathtub, dressed in drag and holding a hairdryer. You wake up from being electrocuted, only to find out that you can now read the minds of the opposite sex. The minds of half the world's population are now an open library to you, or rather a series of constantly broadcasting radio stations, as the thoughts of others leap unbidden into your mind, revealing everything about what they are thinking. What would you do with your newfound power? What could you do? You now possess a power that no one else has or ever had. You can finally see inside the human mind. You have unlocked perhaps the greatest of all superpowers. So, will you use your newfound superpowers for good or ill? You could become the world's best therapist, negotiator, or ambassador, as you will know exactly what people mean when they say something, and whether people are saying what they mean. You would be able to diffuse any situation as long as you are dealing with the opposite sex, but that only means you've got a 50-50 chance at worst, and avert crisis after crisis. You could write book after book about how the human mind works because you would have the greatest insight, literally, into it. Or you could become a ruthless business mogul using your mind-reading powers to further your own financial interest. You could become the world's foremost expert in manipulating the opposite sex to scam them out of all their savings, or take to the casinos to beat them all at poker. Or perhaps it will just be the thrill of manipulating the opposite sex to do what you want them to do that drives you. Whether you become a superhero or a supervillain, the fact that you could do all of these things is due to being able to see what no one else can. As much as the fields of neuroscience and psychology have evolved in the last century, the human mind is still predominantly a mystery. The hard problem of consciousness is still a problem to be solved after all, and few, if any, of the hundreds of theories of consciousness have thus far borne fruit. But if we could see into someone's mind, that would change everything. It would be absolutely frightening to lose the last bastion of privacy we have, but it could accelerate the fields of neuroscience and psychiatry or psychology by decades, if not centuries. And it is already happening, slowly but surely. Recent advances in AI models have shown that you can train an AI on MRI scans of someone's brain while they are listening to music, and then have that AI model recreate the music purely from the MRI scan. A human certainly wouldn't be able to do that, but an AI clearly can. The day will soon come when an AI could reliably read someone's mind when you go to a doctor or a psychologist. The ramifications of that are worth considering. But there is another thread to follow here with more immediate concerns. As much as our mind is a black box, so are AI models currently. In fact, AIs are famous for being black boxes. It is one of the main reasons why the industry is having issues with aligning AI models to any given ideology, and why hallucinations are still appearing in every large language model. Because we can't see into an AI's layers to determine what it's doing, we can't alter and tweak it to do what we want it to do. But what if we can? Well, unfortunately, we can't. It is as simple as that. If it was easy, it would already have been done. As information moves through the various layers of an AI, the data becomes more and more abstracted, until all you are looking at are numerical vectors rather than text and images. The AI model itself will know that a 346 relates to the word cat at the 11th layer, but you and I wouldn't know that. Just like how we can't look at an MRI scan and see that you've been listening to Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall, we can't see that a string of seemingly random digits is the chorus to that song. But what if an AI can? What if we let one instance of GPT-4 look at the hidden layers of another instance of GPT-4 and tell us in natural language what's going on in there? If an AI can read an MRI scan, surely it can read another AI's hidden layers. It has the computational capacity that would turn any human into a superhero that can be turned into understanding how another AI works. Why not turn an AI into an AI mind reader? If you are worried about the mind reader hallucinating or confabulating the contents of an AI's mind, that is a fair concern. But in this case, quantity is quality. You can put together a panel of as many AIs as you want to independently read an AI model's mind. A coordinating AI can then take in the responses from the panel of mind readers and create a consensus opinion of what has transpired inside the AI's mind. In this way, even if one or a few of the AI mind readers have hallucinated or confabulated its mind reading, the overarching opinion of the whole panel will come through with a sense of accuracy. So what would this mean in practice? Well, with such a mind-reading panel, you should be able to look at any response that an AI gives and ask the mind-reading panel why the AI gave that response. What were the steps that it took to come up with any given output? You could follow the AI's train of thought from the moment it sees a text input all the way through to providing you with the output. If you want to change how an AI's mind works, you first need to be able to read it, and only another AI can do that. And that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will join me again next time as I delve into further questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. I have been your guide, and this has been the Guidebook to Making AI Friends.